Video footage of Trump's ICE goons fatally shooting an American citizen in the back have now circulated around the world, tearing away at America's reputation as the world's leading democracy and demonstrating that free speech is no longer allowed in America and the rule of law is dead. Our cousins across the pond, the Brits, are not only shocked, they're outraged. I'm going to show several video clips of British media slamming the US government, and you are going to want to see them all as a testimony to how badly Trump and his goons are continuing to destroy democracy. So hit that subscribe button so we can continue to bring you the kind of media coverage and analysis that corporate media can't get on board with. To say the least, America has a special and dynamic relationship with Britain. On the one hand, we inherited our concepts of individual rights and the rule of law from Britain. On the other hand, we had to create a revolution from Britain to create the world's first sustainable democratic system of government. And we've been bound together trying to stumble towards leading the world in democracy ever since. And of course, we've both been empiring all over the world, but we both have citizens who insist on creating a more just and equitable world and opposing oppressive government. And many of those people find their way into journalism and the media so they can do just that kind of advocacy. Here's British commentators Emily Maitlis and Sheila Fogarty dismantling the Trump administration's lies.
The idea that they mistook his phone for a gun, is that logical in this day and age? If you actually think, I mean, do you remember all those cases in the past where they've gone to sort of, police investigations and it's like, oh, he was carrying a chair leg, but it was dark.
I remember that one.
Do you remember that one?
I do.
Oh, he was, and even when you're
or a fake gun,
or sometimes you can be with a camera crew and they say, be very careful how you're carrying your camera because even that can look. But in this day and age, in broad daylight, don't tell me that you're going to shoot everyone who's got a phone out because it might be a gun.
But they clearly fear the smartphone, not because they think it's a gun. They fear the smartphone because it's where the evidence is. And they started to take smartphones off people, didn't they, immediately afterwards?
Yeah. Well, after he was dead, they left the scene.
Yeah.
And they left the scene. Yes, they want to remove the evidence. This is now looking like a dark army. This is now looking like, I know that people have used the word sort of Gestapo, secret police. I mean, there's nothing secret about them because we see them coming. We know that they're on the streets. But there is something deeply concerning about this private army.
For his part, Louis Goodall lets right-winger Jennifer Ewing try to blame the victim, then cuts her down to size.
Alex Pretty was not a domestic terrorist. However, he did show up at a peaceful protest with a gun, and he fought back when they were trying to detain him.
Republicans tell us guns are a good thing.
Well, yeah, Second Amendment, it is a good thing.
So he was just exercising his Second Amendment rights.
Of course he was.
And then he got shot for it.
Louis, this was a terrible accident. This man did not deserve to die.
And the Trump administration has lied about what he was doing.
Why are these protests, who, by the way, are not all organic? Many of these people are either paid for or going there to protect illegal people. So
and
the
protect
fight
legal
is,
people, protect people in their community, protect US citizens. I know that I saw it for myself there. There are US citizens who are terrified about leaving the house because of your president. They're Americans. They're being terrorized by their own government.
Oh my God. She follows the Fox playbook right down the line. First, blame the victim. Then explain what they should have done not to get shot. Then, when all your points are refuted, hop to the next issue without acknowledging that you've been proven wrong. And then, when all else fails, rant about illegals. And hand it to Goodall for showing American media how it's done. He doesn't get into a shouting match. He just calmly lays waste to every argument with quick, insightful facts. James O'Brien, on the other hand, just out and out shreds the Trump administration. Watch.
Alex Pretty was carrying a legally held handgun, as lots and lots of Americans do, which he hadn't drawn, which they've lied about. One of the ICE agents removed it, and after it was removed, another ICE agent shot him 5 times. So, they tried, and they have tried, but it isn't going to work because we can all see what happened. There isn't enough room for the liars to manoeuvre. They don't have a sixpence to turn on in the way that they did with Renee Nicole Good. They murdered an intensive care nurse who worked exclusively with military veterans in broad daylight. What he did was so brave, so courageous. He wasn't there by accident. He wasn't there to observe. He was there to object. And he knew the risks he was taking. And he died protecting somebody else, protecting a woman. And they murdered him, and they lied about it, and they called him a terrorist.
Watching the British go after the Trump administration is like watching an older cousin reprimanding the family for being completely and totally out of line. There's none of the histrionics that CNN likes to produce every night, just the cold, calculating leveling of facts that lead to damning conclusions. Not only can we learn a lesson in terms of media, but we can draw our own conclusion that we are failing at democracy and it's time to make a stand. A general strike is a great place to start. I'm Anthony Vincent Gallo for Occupy Democrats. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. You'll not only help out our channel, you'll be taking concrete action and helping get rid of Trump and the MAGA movement who ushered him in.